that. So you can say, well, it took so much work, so it didn't happen, but you're ignoring what is the reality. So why don't you explain to me, since you know what happened, what actually did happen?
I'm not saying I know what happened, and I, like most people, think there was a conspiracy, but at the same time, it seems hard to believe that so many people could go to such great lengths to keep this all hidden at such an intricate level.
I actually don't understand, if there were a conspiracy, what the conspiracy is about. What are we covering up here with Kennedy's assassination? And I'm opening that up for discussion. I mean, what if there is a conspiracy? What are we trying to hide? The guy was shot. We're trying to hide who actually shot him, or what?
Isn't that basically what we'd be trying to hide? Who actually shot him?
Okay, so if that's the case, let's go with this a little further. Great. So some mysterious person shot him. Okay.
Well, mysterious more than one person.
Right. So now a lot of people, mysterious group of people tried to do this.
But I think what Jonathan's saying is the problem is that there was a group of people, and there was more than one.
How is it that after
somebody coordinated
38 years, no one has talked? Remarkable. You know, for a while they thought when the Soviet Union collapsed.
No one is what? For 38 years?
For a while they thought that when the Soviet Union would collapse, that the KGB files would open up, and we'd all learn about the secret assassination conspiracy for JFK. Hey, never happened. So like, when does the buck finally stop?
Well, if you assume that it was a
conspiracy, but where's the proof? Show me some proof.
Jonathan, are we going to get more proof of this? Is more proof coming?
Come on.
Is more proof? I mean, is this something we're going to find in the next few years?
Look,
more declassification?
When you're talking about something that happened almost 40 years ago now, I mean, the idea of proof just, doesn't really hold philosophical water.
Then it's a leap of faith.
No, it's not a leap of faith. No, it's not a leap of faith. It's not a leap of faith.
It is a leap of faith. You're saying there's no proof.
You're talking about is an accumulation of a large amount of data that points in a certain direction. And you can choose to believe it or you can choose not to.
That's called a leap of faith at the end of the day. So what religion's about,
if you want to play that game,
proven.
If you want to play that game, it's all a leap of faith. It's a leap of faith that the sun's going to rise in the morning tomorrow.
I mean, that's the nature. No, it's not true.
This is the stupidest reductionist argument, and I hear this again and again and again. And it's just ridiculous.
Jonathan, you're going to get the last word on this.
But will their dreams be our reality? A roundtable of scientists and sci-fi writers debate, debunk, and decide what could await us in the next century. Join host David Asman for a new Millennium Special, Science, Fiction, and Fantasy. They say the government tries to hide its secrets. They say the government's involved. Cover-ups. Is there any truth in what they say? Join host Rob Nelson for a new Millennium Special. They're out to get us.
How many federal agents you had following you on that ferry?
I don't.
Who are you working for?
I'm not worried.
Is this about me? Am I a target here? Do they know me?
Who is they?
Do they know me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Welcome back to the Full Nelson, a Millennium Special. Are they out to get us? All right, that was Will Smith and Gene Hackman in Enemy of the State. And, it raises a question. I remember seeing that movie and thinking, all right, I buy this. I think somebody can be sitting up there looking down on me, when I'm peeing or something in the bathroom, and it worried me. Is that just complete fantasy?
You should worry. This year, Rob, I'll make a New Year's prediction. In the year 2000, Americans are going to learn a lot about the National Security Agency. This is one of our intelligence agencies. It's in charge of electronic eavesdropping, surveillance of computer messages, faxes, microwave radio, whatever. National Security Agency, also known as No Such Agency, because it is the most classified entity within our government. We don't know its budget. We don't know how many people it employs. And we're not sure of the state of the laws that govern what the NSA can do. There's some Congress people who are concerned about this. There'll be hearings soon. It's something to watch.
But is it realistic? I mean, Enemy of the State, is that at all realistic? Yes.
I will actually agree that in some elements that is truly realistic.
You're on board with this?
With this one, I'm slightly on board, because as someone who writes about technology...
You could be on top of a little building and they could be watching.
Well, right now, the best satellites give you a resolution of about this. So anything this size or bigger can be seen from a spy satellite. So already, that's pretty darn good. And we know for sure that all of the fiber optic communications going in and out of this country are probably recorded in some way and stored. They're not necessarily listened to in real time because there's not enough people to do it, but it's there and they can go back and retrieve.
Meaning if they wanted to find any one of us, they could find us.
Right. Well, the NSA does.
Turn us off.
The theory is that the NSA, in fact, does record long distance.
And why would the government care? Why would they?
Because during the Cold War, that was the main source of intelligence gathering, was listening on communications. That's how we knew what the Soviet Union was doing.
No
Now
Soviet
he's going
Union.
on-
Let's go after American people themselves. Why
It's all
not?
infrastructure. It's got to be fed.
The whole problem actually with that movie, Enemy of the State, is that it doesn't name that system. The system is called Echelon. And there are groups out there that are urging the Congress to look into it. They want public hearings to talk about it. This whole idea of the surveillance state, it's been around for a long time. Why do you not think that the government would want to listen in on people and try to control them? What about that is odd to you?
It's not that it's odd to me. I'm curious. I really wonder. It seems like a lot of work to
Well, here's the good news.
monitor.
I feel a lot better about this, that the encryption technologies, which is the scrambling of data, voice, and so on, are now surpassing the abilities of intelligence agencies to decode them.
Okay, all right. Pick it up on the other side. We're going to go to a commercial. Stay with us.
Switch my chart with that guy's chart. Otherwise, I'll be dead by morning, I swear.
Just relax. Go to sleep. I will see you tomorrow.
You want in bed?
You're being paranoid.
I'm only paranoid because they want me dead. Please, Alice. Save my life.
Welcome back to a special Millennium edition of the Full Nelson. And for those who don't know, that was Mel Gibson in Conspiracy Theory, which was about a guy being obsessed with the government cover-up. Which kind of leads me, before the break, Ken, you said, why would I doubt the government was, interested in spying on me? And I thought about it. I think I kind of want to give the government the benefit of the doubt. A part of me sort of thinks, like, why would they spend the time and the money to monitor all their citizens? But then I thought about it, and, I think it's valid. Maybe I should be more concerned, and that was my question. Should I be? Should we all be a lot more concerned? Are we being duped into kind of a complacent attitude?
There's probably too much secrecy in this country. It's very hard to get information, and unfortunately that breeds then a lot of paranoia, and we don't really know. We feel like we don't really know what's going on. It's unfortunate.
Yeah. And we do know who's been surveilled in the past. Some of our finest Americans, like Martin Luther King, were subjected to outrageous surveillance and harassment by the federal government. With a history like that, it's no wonder we're so worried about what modern surveillance technologies might be. All of it was done against him, of course, predated satellites and what have you.
Yeah, and this character that Mel Gibson created in this movie, when I was watching that movie, it seemed to me that this must be what it's like for a black person to watch Step and Fetch It, because he's crazy and he's brainwashed and all that stuff. We're just normal people discussing serious concerns about the world around us. We're not crazy. And to see that kind of cartoon and see the media go back to that time and again, same thing with X-Files, and turn it all into this silly talk about extraterrestrials and that, is anathema to me.
Well, do you think you're obsessed with conspiracy?
I don't know. Are you?
You came in with a stack of papers.
It's a study. It's a form of study. It's called parapolitics.
Why are we, Jonathan, why are we so skeptical of people who want to, like, look into this, who are always doubting? The joke, you're paranoid. Just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not out to get you.
Well, this is what I was going to say. Actually, the questions you're asking Ken there sort of go back to the point I was making at the top of the show, which is, why exactly why are some people, just because you happen to not even believe a certain thing, but ask questions about something, why are you treated as if you're obsessed, or you're nuts, or you're crazy, or a kook? I don't think there's one definitive answer, but I mean,